Welcome to Museo delle Terme, which is part of Museo Nazionale Romano. We're located just across from the Termini train station, and it is an incredible site because you don't just have incredible art and a rich epigraphic collection, one of the greatest collections from antiquity preserved, but you also have so much of the experience embedded within an archaeological site. Constructed by the Emperor Diocletian at the beginning of the 4th century AD, in use until the beginning of the 6th century. It's an incredible opportunity to explore history, to look at this art, to get into the lives of the Romans from the 8th century BC all the way into late antiquity, all within the beautiful surroundings of this rich archaeological site. Museo delle Terme has the Baths of Diocletian. So here you have the Natatio, this big open-aired swimming pool that once comprised an area of 4,000 square meters, and you had this incredible backdrop. It's like a stage set, like what you'd see at the Theater of Pompeii or the Theater of Marcellus, and this extended on for 90 meters. The niches were filled with statues. These brackets of carved marble would have held columns, but you get a real sense of the space and the experience by walking down here into the Natatio area, an extraordinary experience that you can relive when you come into Museo delle Terme. This is the cloister designed by Michelangelo starting in 1565. It is absolutely enormous. Each wing is 100 meters long. So it comprises 10,000 square meters lined with artifacts, tombs, reliefs from all over Rome and environs. It also has countless tombs, figures, statues that once decorated tombs for the most part, lining the roads into Rome like the Via Appia. It's an extraordinary experience to understand the richness of the epigraphic collection here in Museo delle Terme. The small cloister contains a very, very impressive, rich collection of imperial statuary. It also has several inscriptions here dedicated by the Aural Brethren. They had a sanctuary of Dea Dia where they made all kinds of contributions and recorded their offerings to the goddess, dating from the 1st century BC all the way into the 4th century AD. The courtyard also has two very important pillars that document the Ludi Saeculari. And these are precious because the Ludi Saeculari were famous, celebrated every 110 years in the city of Rome. The epigraphic collection of the Museo delle Terme is one of the richest epigraphic collections from the ancient world anywhere. And you have over 20,000 items in this collection, 900 of which are displayed over 3 floors. And we start right here in the archaic room with materials that are preserved from the 8th century to the 5th century BC. One of the highlights in the room dedicated to the early Republic are these terracotta figurines that are attributed to a sanctuary of Ceres and Persephone in the area of modern-day Eritrea. And you had here represented then the pig that will be sacrificed to the goddesses. When we get to the rooms dedicated to the imperial period, then it explodes with a richness of artifacts. You have, for example, inscribed bullets that the slingers will use in battle. You've got the fistulae with their inscriptions, the lead pipes of Rome. You've got cups, you've got weights. We're getting insights into people's lives, the records of what they did, what their achievements were, and of course they're beloved and they're remembered by their family members. Here's an example getting into the 4th century AD, Priscus. He lived to 36 years of age. He died May 28th. His brother, Frater, dedicated this for him. May he rest in peace. So much of imperial Rome was constructed with concrete. Well, here we have an inscription by an association of Calcarienses. These are the people that produced the lime, a key component of that concrete used to build imperial Rome. Here we have a very rare artifact. It's a slave collar dating probably to the 4th century AD. It says, "If you find me, that I've run away, return me to my owner, Zoninus, and you will be rewarded with a gold coin." Mithras was an important Persian god, very popular with the military in the 2nd and 3rd centuries AD. This panel here was found in a Mithrian on the Kylian Hill. And looking at this, we're reminded that the statuary of ancient Rome was all painted. In the Greco-Roman world, it was normal. Here we have an example of that paint so well preserved, and we can look at the Persian cap and the face of Mithras himself with the gilding still intact. And when we look to the body of the bull, we see the knife plunging into the bull. The blood is dripping out. Who doesn't want that blood to strike the ground? It's a dog, it's a snake, and ultimately pinching the testicles of the bull is a scorpion. These all represent astrological signs, and the key figure in all of this is going to be the god Mithras.